hope we're having a lovely day so far. Not that it's been going on for very long for me, and probably for the West Coasters too. Um, excuse me. We are going to take this toggle, hey Anita, out of our um, Good Witch bag. The pink from Wicked, and we're going to make it into a pendant. Because for one thing, this bar is straight across, it's smooth, and because of that fact, if there's not a lot of weight behind it, it's not going to hold very well. So we're going to make it into a pendant instead of, and just not worry about the bar at all. Sorry, eyes are a little bit, haven't been awake very long. Let's just say. So anyway, this is coming out of this. So we're going to make a really simple, how is my foot today? I overdid it a little bit since it wasn't feeling well, was feeling good, and it hurt a little bit yesterday afternoon. So I took a bit of a break and didn't do much yesterday, and it's feeling better today. So that's good. We are going to, hey Donna, hi Carolyn. Looks like we have some of our regulars have shown up so far. We got a few more. We'll wait for a few more moments before we turn down and make this necklace. I don't think it's going to take us our whole hour to make, but I know it won't take us our whole hour to make it. It's going to be very simple to make. And I'm debating if we're then going to do some painting. I did, I don't know how many of you guys watch Late Night with Becky and Jenny, but I did offer up a hair barrette as one of their giveaways. So I do need to paint a few things for that. Though I do have some stuff painted here, so I don't have to worry about as much stuff as I thought I would. I have some of the things I need. Looks like I just need to paint a couple butterflies. Now, I offered it up as a kit or as a custom-made barrette. The woman who won said she wanted to make it, hi Sid, have me make it for her daughter. So that's what we're doing, and I have been corresponding with her. She wants butterflies and flowers, so we're going to make that pretty soon. Am I frozen? My tablet looks like it's not doing a thing up there, so hopefully not, but maybe so. Do I have a cold? No, I just woke up and I just have a okay, I'm not frozen. That's good because my tablet seems to be doing something funky up there. So I'm not sure. Okay. So no, I'm not frozen. I don't have a cold. I just woke up not that long ago and I just am not really with it yet. So let's turn us down. Sorry. I'm watching my tablet and it's not really, doesn't seem to be doing a thing. That's why I thought we might be frozen. Let's turn it down and I'll show you what we're going to do here. And you can see what I'm talking about. So we're going to bing. Go down to the mat. Meow. And what we've got here is this pretty little toggle that was in the Wicked. I added a couple of spacers in here too. And as you can see, this bar is pretty, it's stuck together. They've got them stuck together so much to take it apart. But this bar is just straight, not much to it. I guess there is a little bit of a slimmer spot right there, but it's not much. And there is no caps or anything on the end or any decoration on the end to hold it in from sliding through. Hey, Cynthia. Hi, Leslie. And so first thing we're gonna do is take these apart. I don't need the toggle part, the bar. We just want the pretty piece. I would have swore I saw the break in here just a second ago. There it is. Nope. No, you don't need to stay in my mat. Come on. The ring, when I pulled it off, it drove itself into my second mat here. And now it doesn't want to come out. It's like, wait, I don't want to be thrown away. But you are going to be, because I don't want you. I don't really want this bar either, so it could be thrown away. I'm just going to put it back in the bag, though. Okay, so we got this pretty little toggle from out of there. And I've got a couple of, and we've got the crystals from out of there. I've got to cut those open. And we want just a couple of them. Maybe not even that many. We'll see. But, and we're just going to put this crystal up above here, like so. And I'm debating if I want to put, nah, one is fine. And then I have a choice of chains here. I have this really delicate chain from Beadalon, or I have some Coriana chain. Oop, it's got a knot in it. There we go. So, and if we use the Coriana chain, we could put a crystal on it with the bail holding our pieces here, and then a crystal on the other side, and make a really pretty delicate little necklace. Hi, Linda. That is one thing I really like about the Coriana chain. You can add beads directly onto the chain, and you can let them roll around, or you could take your tiny, the little tiny crimp beads to put on either side to sort of keep them in place where you want them, but you don't have to do that. So what we're going to do first is, that's one thing I forgot to get, was one of my tiny bells, my little bells. I'll get that right now. Well, this is not really what I would like because it's a little bigger than I want. This is one of those ones that's such a tiny, delicate piece. I would have liked one of the smaller. This one's pretty small, but it's not as small as I would have liked. So I put this on here. And the crystal on the other side. I think we're going to keep with the Coriana chain. I like it. It's delicate and it's letting me do what I want. So then we're going to make this into a little pendant here with and we'll attach it to our bail. And see, a very simple little necklace. I am not really pleased with what's going on with my tablet here. But as long as we're watching it all right, I guess it's all right. So I need to get a little come on, you guys. Come out here. There we go. Now we want this to fold over in a way that the rings are going the same direction because we're going to use a Tinky Tot jump ring to put it together. I think that's a medium one. Hey Miranda, we haven't seen you for a while. How you doing? Oops, come here, Crystal. You don't want to fall off. So very simple, see? Minimalistic. Could have even just left the crystal off and attached it straight to the bell. It would have even been a little more minimalistic, but that's fine. Now I'm going to see how much chain I have here because I'm not positive. And I only want a small chain, maybe 18 to 20 inches. So there's 12. That would be 18. Here. And of course, when we add our findings, it'll become a little longer. So I'm going to cut it at the 7 here, which means I'm just going to throw away a little chain because it's very unlikely that I'll use this teeny weeny piece of chain for anything. Though I could use it for like experimenting. Do you guys ever do that? Save little bits of things to experiment to see if it will work the way you want it to. So now we just need to find some crimps and the clam shells, which should be right beside me here, but you never can tell because sometimes they aren't. Well, there's the little silver crimps. It doesn't matter. They're going to be inside the clam shell as long as I can find my clam shells all right in this gold. Keep all of my chain things tucked here beside the edge of my desk so that usually I can find things easily there, but I'm getting another mess going, so not as easily showing up as usual. But spacers. Those are easy. And unfortunately, if I can't find the clamshells here, which is silly if I can't, we can't finish this because it has to have the clamshells on before you put the crimps on. This is very strange. There's the silver ones, but unfortunately we're not working on silver, are we? Well, for Pete's sake. Darn it, I did want to finish this, but I'm not sure we're going to be able to. It's not like it's hard. It's very simple. You were naughty and were afraid you weren't going to be able to watch me, so you opened your earrings up from the 24th. Okay. Hope you like them. Hey, Kim. Yeah, I usually do put chain for little things for earrings, but with the Coriana chain, you need to use a clamshell to end it generally, and I'm not sure that wouldn't be a little bit large to, where the heck are my clamshells, the gold clamshells? This is really bugging me because I know I just saw the gold ones not that long ago. Oh, look, I just found gold ear wires, and I needed them to finish this pair of leather earrings up. Nope, that's gold chain. They're probably in one of those places that you stick things like, okay, let's stick it right here so that we won't misplace it. And of course, you misplace it then. Oh, man. Ooh, I was needing some of this size of finding some stuff that I needed that I hadn't found the other day, but I'm not finding my gold clamshells, unfortunately. Got silver ones, but I don't want silver ones. We're not working with silver. I saw some the other day. I know I did. Where did I put them? Obviously, I may have to take and put clamshells and stuff into a case too, because I'm not finding my clamshells, which is most upsetting because I thought I had everything right over here today so we could get this finished, but I'm not finding the gold clamshells. Maybe I should have stuck with regular chain, huh? But I don't want regular chain. Well, we may have to just put this in a little baggie until I find my clamshells, because we don't want to search all freaking day for them. So, but it will be really pretty. See that, how it's going to look. And well, this is the Coriana chains bag, so I might as well put it in here. Hey, Mary. Now watch, because I've decided to put this away and work on something else. We'll find it. Now I have all my silver stuff here, as well as some chain, but I don't know if we have any other things that need to go on to silver. I do have this little dragon. We could put him on some silver if we wanted to. Oh, there's a eye pin. Isn't he cute? I bought 3 of these. One of them I made a Christmas present for my daughter out of. One I sent to Randy Brown as part of her Christmas present, and then that one I haven't used yet. So, well, we're going to put these guys together because we found some gold ear wires. I'll put these into my gold set too. This is the set we made out of our bundle the other day. The Time Traveler bundle. Then I added the crystal spacers and the blue porcelain, so we had something a little different to add a little bit of oomph to them, so to speak. And I had ran out of gold, so we'll put the gold in here. Now I have my gold. If only I had my gold clamshells, right? See if these are going to be big enough. If not, I do have 2 6s over here. Now you will have noticed I checked my lever backs here to make sure that the lever was working, because sometimes they decide not to, because there is a little spring in there and sometimes they break. And this is not wanting to cooperate here. There we go. So that's finished now. We'll get the other one on here. Okay, there's our earrings all finished now that we found our ear wires. So that's good for this set. You know, I've had these sitting beside me for some time, these little quatrefoils crystals, and I've been wanting to use them, but I don't know what I want to use them on. But they'll sit beside me for longer, I guess. And we need to put these crystals that we opened up into a baggie so we don't lose them, since this is one of the packages you just open up. And we don't want to lose our crystals. I saw that Heather's doggy had her pups last night. Four little girls. So let's see what else we have in this kit. If we want to play with it, or if we want to get the green out, or something else. Little tiny. These shell pendants are sort of interesting, and I do like them, but they're so thin. They always bother me because they're thin, and I'm always afraid I'm going to break them. We got some little hearts. I suppose our next holiday is Valentine's Day. But so not sure what I want to do with these. Let's look at the green, see if maybe something jumps out on us from the green. I did get both, the green and the pink. I also got the little crystal kit. Actually, that's what those crystals are from out of, not the. Those are going to be pendants. They're too heavy for earrings, even though there is 2 of them. They're just too heavy for earrings. Chrysoprase. These are 2 holes. I like these leaves. They're pretty. I don't think anything's going to jump out at me. I wonder. We can experiment. We're going to try something. I'm not sure they're going to work, but we'll see. I'm going to take our little 2-hole beads right here. Not sure we have if we have enough to really do a lot, but make anything really big. But what we're going to do is we're going to, well, come on, behave yourselves. We're going to go and stagger our beads sideways like so. And between these, we're going to put some of the little chrysoprase. So it's going to go back and forth like this. And then because these are 2 holes, these holes are going to be open. And so we'll put these in here. Sort of like we did with our ginkgo bracelet. I don't know if you guys saw the ginkgo bracelet. I made this with the Wicked Brew kit from Softlex. And I did it on a, come here you. Oh, come on you, come off there. Of course, since I want it, it doesn't want to come off. What are you doing here to me? Oh, I see. Okay. So, sort of like how we did this one. This one I got just a teeny touch tight on the one side, but it doesn't really matter because when it wraps around your arm, it wraps just fine. So that's the ginkgo one. So what I'm thinking we'll do is and hopefully it'll work the way I want it to. Maybe there we go. Just get a few beads out. So we'll put a couple of the beads between like that, and then same on this other side. So just go up like this and just keep going. We'll have so I need to get some wire out. We'll need 3 strands because it's going to go through 1, 2, actually we'll need 4 strands because we'll have 4 little beads going up on either, 4 strands going up on either side. You guys saw the photograph. Hello, Dorothy. How's it going? So it's going to be pretty delicate. Like I said, I got this one of these a little bit tight in the carrier here, but it works still. Let's see, we need some green wire, I think. Let's see, what do we got? Well, here's chrysoprase. It should be enough. And like I said, we need 4 strands. And I'm going to go about 8 inches for each one. maybe a little bit more. Let's see, where's my clippers? Ouch, there they are. Could have gone like a half an inch more because I think we're going to just have a little teeny bit of wire left here. See, it's just barely around once. So we could have maybe put a half an inch more on each strand, but who knows until you cut it, right? So we'll put this wherever because there's not enough left probably to do much anything. So now what we want to do is we're going to start by going through the two through the one of these. Ta-da! So there's two, and then we're going to do the same with the other two, put them through one of the bricks. Now this isn't really hard to do. The hardest part is getting it started because you've got these two like this. Now we have to take the two middle strands and put the next brick on the two middle strands. So what I tend to usually do is when I'm working on these, especially right here at the end here, I'll push them down mainly to the end here. So they're right here. And I'm going to spread the wires out some. This one's way up further than the others. I want them more or less the same length over here. Not that it matters really when you start, but when you go down a ways, you'll need them to be separate. So then I'm going to hold these in place like this. And I'm going to take one of my bead stoppers and I'm going to spread it just enough to get these like every like two strands. So 1, 2. I want two metal pieces between each one so that they don't pull up way tight. So there we go. Those are the first two. Now we're going to take our two middle strands here and we're going to put our next cube on. Now seed beads work really well with this too if you want to use it like number 8s or something like that. We're going to see if we only need 2 of our little chrysoprase or if we're going to need 3. Come on. 3 would be too many. I think we'll go keep with the 2. So put the come on, go on the wire. You're going to go down into there, like so. Now we take our 2 outer ones again and put them a tile. Same on this other side. So we're going to just go back and forth like this. And we're going to have the one cube with the two chrysoprase on either side. And it's going to make this cute little tiled bracelet here. As you're working on this, you got to realize that the tiles won't generally slip so much, but the little tiny beads will. So be careful that you don't accidentally knock them off as you're working on the other ones. Come on, separate out there. There we go. See, these two are trying to come off right now. Gotta be careful of those things. Oh, Dominique came on. Hi, Dominique. Yes, she did send it to me too. We got a little tiny video there for too. So you're gonna go try doing this? Well, cool, Kim. It like I said, it's sort of tedious after a while, but it makes a really cute. See how I did the ginkgos over here, and it's one thing to do with your 2-hole beads, which can be a royal pain to go. Now, what the heck do I want to do with this little guy? Do you have any of these ends, Kim, if you're going to try this? These ends are how I finish these up. What we do is we go into the end here, and as you can see, I have some little seed beads along here to fill into these holes. These green ones won't need it because they're flat. These ginkgos needed it. But then you just put a crimp on the end of each of these. You can use one of the teeny weeny beads, and it just needs to have something that, so when it slides in, it won't pull right back out again. And then you crimp it, and then you slide all of them in and close it up. So if we get to the end of it here today, I will show folks how to do that. We do have to remember to keep to our hour today. Dorothy should be on DGI Designs today, as far as I know, if she is coming on anyway. So, because it is Tuesday, and we expect Dorothy to come on. So now if you want to, when you get these first two on, when you get the two little beads on and the tile, instead of going and putting the other two beads on, if you're worried about them sliding off, you can take your end two wires and go straight to your tile then, after you get the little beads on. Because the tile doesn't slide as easy as the little tiny beads do. So now see, I've got those held in place before I even go over to do these two over here. So we're just going up the line and see how this looks so far. So I haven't seen Dorothy on with us this morning, so I'm not sure if she is coming on and when. We sort of changed our time frames around a little bit with me coming on earlier than normal um, to fill in Randy's slot. So um, for those who know or don't know, Dorothy that I'm talking about is DGI Designs, who comes on generally between Randy and me when Randy's on. So come on, little guy. I know your hole's there. There it is. So, I was afraid those little beads might be a little too big, but they're actually really nice. They give a nice little bit of a gap there. And though they could be just a touch bigger so they didn't, one of these strands is not pulled the same as the others. And I keep noticing that when I'm doing this. Actually, it looks like two of them are. It's all right. Until we get to the end, I'm not going to worry about it. Though I could take it and just open it up and slide it back some more so that we have a little more room here. So go down in there. There we go. Looks like we're going to have just enough so we won't have extras, because we do want to end on the 2 just like we started on the 2. So this will go in the middle, then our chrysoprase will go on either side, and we'll have looks like I didn't really need to move it down, the 2 on those end, to finish it up. It's not going to be a very long as far as over the top. So we'll put the ends on, and then it will have chain, unless we want to figure out some other style of beading for the other side, which I probably won't. I will probably just put the chain on. Now we're into, because we are out of our little cubes. So there we go. Like I said, it's not very long. It's only about maybe a little over a half of this one that we already had done. Let's get our little chrysoprase beads out of our way so they don't get damaged. I'm not sure which one of these baggies they came out of. I guess it doesn't matter. Back in you go. So now what we're going to do is we're going to get some crimps, and we're just going to crimp these ends. And since I found those little crimp beads when I was looking for my other stuff over here, don't need the clamshells, just want the little crimp beads. There they are. So I'm gonna knock 8 of these out because each strand needs its own. It's probably more than we need right there. And you can either flat crimp them or get your crimping pliers out and squish them however you want. But we are going to squish them onto here. So we'll just drop 1 crimp on each one. Oops, come on. Now, when you squish the first side, it doesn't really matter if you're in a, like, I guess a common space would be the most easily way to put it. You just need to crimp these, and you can crimp them wherever, squish them up. Just make sure you just give a teeny bit of space. And like I said, with this side, it doesn't matter because we are going to even it out on the other side when we do it. So you can do these as flat crimp, regular crimps. Just need to crimp them. So this is a regular crimper. It's got, when I learned how to crimp with these, I was told to give it a kiss and then a hug. A kiss because when you put these two together, they have it looks like little lips. And then the other one is just a little circular thing. So we're just going to take this and put it in the kiss. Easier said than done. I probably should have just left them all. Stop it. Stop sliding away from me. Okay, it's in the kiss, so squish and then turn it so that it's sideways to where it was and squish again. So there's our first crimp on, and is it holding? Yeah, it is. Wasn't sure it was because it moved, and that was mainly just because the wire moved. So you need to get hold of it with the first. And they're a bit of a bugger because they wiggle around because they're tiny and they like to move out of your way so you can't see them worth crap. Put it in the kiss. Squish. Turn sideways. Squish in the hug. Now the other side is going to be even trickier yet. You're right, but it's wiggling around so much it's got to be a royal pain. It is, but the other side's going to be worse, and I'll show you why in just a second here. Go into the kiss. Come on, go into the kiss. Okay. Missed. Come on. Okay. Now that these are all on, we can pull this side off and pull these up. Don't pull them too tight or they get a kinky in them. Okay. So there we go. Now the next step we're going to do is I'm going to hook these back onto here. And you're probably going, why are you hooking them back on? You don't have the crimps on. I know I don't. What I need to do is find my slider pieces here. They should be really close to be here because I usually keep them right here in a dish. There they are. Now there is also this type. This is more for leather, but you could pinch them down over the crimps and make sure they hold, but that's not what we're going to use. We're going to use this kind. And I'm pretty sure this is my smaller size. I do have these in a longer size as well. So looks like I don't have very many of these left though. So yep, that's the size I want. So, looks like we only have enough to do one more bracelet after we get this done. I'll have to get hold of Randy and ask her to get me some more. So you want this little cap open here on this side. Over there. We don't need to yet. And we need to cut these wires down so there's very little of it left here. But you can leave a little. Oh, they're right here. So now what we want to do, now that we've got those cut down, is see there's a little groove right here in the middle right here. And this side is open. So what you want to do is just slide each of the wire down through here into here. And then once you got them all in, push this cap down. Push it down hard. So I usually push it down on the edge of my desk so it stays flat. And there we are. We're in there. Now we're going to go over and do this other side the same way. So we will put the little oh, well, thank you, Mary. Thanks, Dominique. Beth. Oh, hi, Dawn. Haven't seen, didn't know you were on. So then we want to do the exact same thing over here, except now we have to be careful of where it crimps because we don't want a bunch of space between things. So we want to slide it down. Now see how it's curling? That's because the other lines aren't tight, and I've only tightened this one. So we want to get in here with our kiss. I'm going to pull it up just a hair's breadth so that it has some room to, oops, not that much of a hair's breadth, Rose. And squish and turn and squish. Uh-oh, that didn't do it right. Come on, you. And I don't want to break my little crimp bead, but I also need to make sure it's tight. It broke. I was afraid of that. I gave it too many crimps and broke it. Which says one thing, what, right, guys? That these crimps are not nearly as solid as our Softlex ones, because that wouldn't have broke with the Softlex. So, oops, it also still has that little piece of broken crimp on here. There we go. So, again, we want to get in with our kiss. Squish. And then we want to turn it, and I don't think I got it in the kiss quite right because it's not looking proper. But let's see. It seems to be holding, so that's good. So we just want to go up the line. See how this curled because this line is tight and these guys are not. So we'll have to make sure as we do these that these tighten up and become uncurled, so to speak. That very end one here was the one that was letting it really, really curl. So come on, you shouldn't be curling so much now just because this one is done. Silly things. You're all the same. This one fell out. Oh my goodness, I'm going to have to fix that. And something just fell off. I heard something fall off. I guess it was just the crimp. Come on, go back in. There we go. Go back in. And that's the reason you have to get these really tight so they can't fall back out again. Okay. Now we've got it tightened up again. Since I'm taking over for Randy, I start at 8 o'clock Mountain Time, which is 7 o'clock on the East Coast, or I should say on the West Coast, 9 Central and 10 on the East Coast. Okay, you're being really, really a big pain in the butt. So I'll go to... I have not seen Dorothy, so I don't know, Heather. I haven't seen her at all, so I don't know what's going on with Dorothy. So we get in for our kiss right here. And then the hug. And we're still curling, which we really shouldn't be doing here. I may have got that one too tight. If it ends up being too tight, I will play with it till I break it and then loosen it up some. Yeah, I think I got that one too tight. Because we don't want it to curl in quite that much. So I'm going to see if I can get this one to break. There we go. So I did break that one to loosen it because it was too tight and not letting it lay flat. So, and that was at least the nicer thing about these particular crimps is that I could get it to do that. So now we'll crimp this one here on the end, get another crimp tube for that side and get it finished. So let's get it in the kiss. Squish and then hug. Get a new one over here on this one that we had too tight to start with. Now you can flat crimp these if you want. It's actually probably easier to flat crimp them, but There they are. Make sure they're not coming off. Excuse me. They're not, so we're going to get at the we're going to get our flush cutters out now, and we're going to cut these ends off. Take our tube, we're going to open it up a little bit more because it's not open all that high. And then we're going to slip all these guys in on this side. Looks like this is the one with the tightest crimp, and it's giving me a little problem going on. But there we go. Now we got that one in. Push our cap down and push it down hard on the desk so that it doesn't come undone like that other side did. So there is our little bracelet top. As you can see, it is the top because we did run out of beads, so it's only going to go across the top of the arm. She isn't going to go on. Dorothy isn't going to go on. Let's see, what did we miss here? And 4 p.m. in the Netherlands. Ah, good to know, Mary. So anyway, we've got our chrysoprase and our little green tiles. These were out of our bargain bead boxes. Bad Witch, I guess it was, box. I'm going to put these little guys away so we don't lose them. They're tiny. They're easily lost. So, your own. Now, if you wanted this longer, this little package was what, 25, 10, 5, 10, 16, 17, 19, 20. No, it's 25. If you wanted this longer than this, you could have purchased a second, a second thing of these tiles to do this longer. But it goes around just, so just so it's at the top as it is. So it ended up being quite a bit shorter than my ginkgo one by about half, but not quite half. It's a little over. So, but all we were going to do now is we're going to put jump rings on either side here. And then we'll put some chain on and some and a clasp, and we'll have our little bracelet done for what it's worth. Now, if you wanted to do these like as earrings, could have just put half of this in, just use the clasp like the same way and just done this like this, and then just put your crimp on the end. And you might want to do something prettier for the end, like maybe leaving some down or whatever. But yeah, there we go. So let's get some of the silver crimps. And some chain and a lobster claw. Now, I think when I did the other one, I did do a little chain on both sides, so you didn't have it all down one side like. And we need to get some chain that works really well. I just had that chain out when I was looking for my crimps or my gold clamshells. And of course, I don't see them now. Isn't that the way it goes? Good going. Drop the chain. This chain's a little heavier than I actually want, and I have some lighter weight that has the same gap from Beadblock Box Bargains, if I can locate it. That's a chain, but it's not the right one. Time for cleaning again, it looks like. I bought some lighter weight chain from Beadbox Bargains specifically for this kind of thing because you need something, you don't want, if you can help it, you don't want something really heavy on this kind of thing, but at the same time, now this is an extender and I may just use that on the one side. Quite frankly, I may just use it on both sides and take some of the bail off. If I don't see the other chain really soon, which I'm not going to. It doesn't look like it. See, this is a nice chain. It's really heavy. It's what I use for my, to make extender chains for my circlets, but it's a heavier chain than I want for this. So what I'm going to do is I have, these are pre-made extender chains, and see how much more delicate the chain itself is. So I think what I'm going to do is just take two of these. We'll put one on either side, and then I will take the bell off this one side and put the lobster claw on. And that should make it long enough to wear it. So we'll stop. So we'll go on here. I swear sometimes these are not quite big enough, because see how this is a pretty wide loop here? So we're going to need to go to the large jump ring or a round. I don't like rounds, so we're going to go to the large. Excuse me. I'm going to keep one of these out for putting the lobster claw on. No, you're not going to do that. Okay. I'm going to take the bell off this one side, as in bell, B-E-L-L, not bell, B-A-I-L. Well, if I can find its opening, there it is. Keep the little bell. You can go away. Now I want to see about how long this is, so I can see if I want to leave the jump ring right there on it. And I do, because look, that just comes straight to the edge. So we're going to put the big lobster claw. Make sure it's opening and closing properly. Yes, it is. So we're going to put it on this one side. That we took the bell off of. Extra. So if I go all the way to the very end of my extender chains and hook this on, let's see how long we end up being. Oh, see, we're 7.5 there. It could go and be tightened up to go up to 7, which is average. So you can make it, or you can make it way tiny, because you've got all this extra. So if, let's see, what is it if we put it all the way up? To here. Tiny, tiny. That's what it is. It's about 5 3/4, maybe 6, since it won't let it slide all the way down there. But it can go from a tiny wrist to a big wrist this way. There we are, our little 2-tile bracelet. And I'm going to make it a lot longer than this because it's be about right here on me. So this band will only go over the front of your arm because it isn't long enough to go any longer than that. But it is pretty, and if we had had a second package of the green tiles, we could have kept going and made it as long as we wanted it to be. Oh, the little bead, the pieces I put on the end, those were tiny crimp beads. You could use a number 1 crimp tube too. It just needs to be able to crimp over one strand and hold, or you'd have to double up your strand when you put your crimp on. But it was just tiny crimp beads that I got from Beadbox Bargains. Tiny little guys. So there is our little bracelet using our little tubes, our little tiles, the chrysoprase, and these tubes. Don't ask me what these are called. I don't know. Sorry. Super Duos? Yeah, they'd work. Though because Super Duos, I don't know how well they fit together. If, like I said, I used them in this ginkgo bracelet that I had out here. This one's much longer because I had more ginkgo beads. And its sides are a little tighter, so it does a little bubble up, but that's fine because when it wraps around your wrist, it wraps perfectly with the little bubble in it. So that's the ginkgo beads. This is the regular tiles. And yeah, I'm sure Super Duos would work the same way, but if I remember right, Super Duos go like this, sort of diamond-y shape with flat ends. I don't use them very often, so I don't remember exactly what they look like. But you could put like just a seed bead, but if they do what I'm thinking they do, you could put a seed bead, 1 seed bead on the edge. Like I've got the 2 here. You could put 1 seed bead between to bring the edges over and not, go everywhere. What do I want to say? So that you don't have a big gap. Because I'm pretty sure they do. But like I say, I don't use them very often, so I can't remember exactly what they look like. I wonder if there are any in. I need to put this chain away. This is my Celtic Christmas box. Oops, 9:30. That alarm is for myself to tell myself when my normal show time is coming on that I need to get ready to go. I was thinking there might be a Super Duo or 2 in this bead mix that they gave us for Celtic Christmas, but I'm not seeing any 2 whole things in here. So I'm actually thinking I might find my memory wire and just string these up as on memory wire with another bead in every once in a while just to give some contrast. Though actually they've got some other, like this bigger silver one and bigger green one right here. And I think I saw one like that in gold too. Yep, there it is. So I was thinking of just putting that on memory wire and just letting it go. These are another, oh, there's the other one I was thinking would make a really pretty, they will make a pretty earring or a pretty pretty necklace. There's 4 of them in there, so I could still make a necklace of that style. Look, it's silver. I can make a silver one, a necklace like I was trying to make the gold one. So, you know, I think I may, we're going to do a little different. Since Dorothy's not coming on, we got a little time. So what I'm going to do, if we have any, up you go. Now, where did I stuff my, now I want the gold Corona chain, silver Corona chain, and probably won't find it because I've been playing with all the other things in here. Come on. I was joking, but maybe I'm serious because I'm not seeing it now, and I just saw it. There it is. Whew. Okay. And we need one of the small, these guys. Well, do I need one this big? One of these. That's more than one. But oh well. Okay. Da, da, da. There we go. I was going to get some more of this the other day, and they don't have any more on their website. I was quite disappointed. I was actually thinking of getting one of the kits, even though I wouldn't use everything in the kits. And I thought, well, you use enough of this, it's worth it just to get this. But I didn't. So we're going to put a bead on. And then one of these little round spacers that was in the box. And a bead. And then this bell that was in the box. Come on. Go on. There we go. Come on. I once told somebody that working with this chain was like working with a wet spaghetti noodle. And I wasn't kidding, because it likes to wiggle all over the place. So there is the beaded portion. We're going to just put this little guy on right here, make a really simple necklace. So we need to get a couple of these back out again. Just two. And we need a couple of clamshells. Hi, Terry. Oh, yeah, you went up. I just noticed that too. That means you've been on for, I think, 6 months now for my on my rosettes. For those of you who are not in my group, you go from a rose bud to a pink rose, pink Carolina rose to be truthful, and then from that you go to the pretty red rose that Beth is now. You got to go shopping? Okay. Ugh. So we're gonna put the little crimp on here after we put the clamshell on. The clamshell, if you put the clamshell on after the crimp, you're sort of screwed because this is what holds your clamshell in place. So we want to get it into the kiss. We're going to move it up till close to the very end here. Squish. And then hug. Is it there? And is it holding good? Looks like it. So we'll move our clamshell up. And it goes inside there. And we push it together. Now we're going to do the same thing on the other side. Clamshell on first, Rose. That is the one thing I sometimes forget. The clamshell has got to go on first. Look, you silly tiny little thing. Stop. Okay. No, sit in there straight. Up to the top. Not out. Kiss, hug. Ooh, I felt like it did a weirdo, but it seems to be in there holding, so now clamshell up and over it. Holding good inside there. Yes. Squish. Now I'm going to take this one of these little guys here. Don't need those anymore. Put them aside. And we will hook our little toggle piece, which has now become a pendant, onto our little bell. See? Isn't that cute? We don't need this guy. He's too tiny. This guy can go on one side. And then we'll need a medium one for and a lobster for the other side. So open this big guy up. And we'll put him on one side. Going through, making sure you go through both loops. That'll keep your clamshell closed. It won't be able to, half fall open. So there's the one side. Done. And this is sort of just what I wanted to do with the gold one, but I couldn't find the gold clamshells, so we didn't. I will finish it up when I do find the gold clamshells, but I don't have them today. So now we get another silver lobster claw out. Check to make sure it's working all right. Uh-oh, it's not. See how it went down, but then it stayed down? It's not opening back, closing back up. Sometimes you can work those once or twice and will work then, but it doesn't look like this is going to be one of them. That's twice opened and still sticking like that, and 3 times open. So there is a sample of what can go wrong. See how it doesn't want to close? And if you were to sell this to somebody and it didn't close, they could easily lose their necklace, and I'm sure they wouldn't be too happy. Okay, this one's working fine. So again, we want to go through both loops of our clamshell and then put our lobster claw on. And there we go. This little guy is done. It's very simple. Now my daughter could wear this one because she can wear silver, but she cannot wear gold. So really simple little, pretty little necklace. And this is half of a toggle. But it's a pretty little decorated toggle. And so that finishes that. So we made this from our the Wicked Bad Witch kit. This from Celtic Christmas, the beads and the veil and the little toggle, half a toggle. And then this one, which we started, but we couldn't finish because I could not find my gold clamshells easily, was the fancy toggle from out of I think it was out of my Good Witch one, but it might have been out of the crystal. So there is what it's going to look like when it's finished. I did put another little bead between here. So see, very simple necklaces, but very pretty, made using the female half of your toggle. When you've got a pretty toggle, this is a wonderful thing to do with it. If you don't like, I just put it on a jump ring, a little jump ring between the bail and the toggle piece. So this is a bail right here. This one came out of Celtic Christmas. All of these pieces down here are out of Celtic Christmas, other than, of course, the Coriana chain. This one is the one we started with today, which I couldn't finish because I could not find my gold clamshells, which, like I said, ticked me off because I saw them just yesterday, but I can't find them today. So that's the way it goes some days. But as I said, this is a really simple way to use if you don't like toggles, which I don't care for unless they have a bend in the toggle or if they have something on the ends that make them not slide out of place easily. This one did not. It was just a bar. So I'm like, I'm not going to use that as a toggle. It would have to have some weight behind it. So I'm not going to use it as a toggle. So it made a really pretty pendant piece. And I just, this one I just did do a wrapped loop with one of these crystals that I have up above in it. Though it would have been very pretty without that. As you can see from this one, it works really nice with just the toggle piece. Oh, you thought the bell was another bead. Yes, this is what they call a bead bell, which is like a round, see, it's like a round bead, a round spacer, a ball spacer, but it's got a little tiny, it's got a bell attached to it. I have these in, this one came in the kit, but I have them as bigger ones as well. In fact, I wonder, do I have one right here beside me? I used to. And I can show you what I mean if I can see it. Seeing isn't believing. Well, of course, I don't see it either. The things I know are right beside me that just are not right beside me just irritate the crud out of me sometimes. But if you're wanting a really simple little necklace, this is on Coriana chain. Both of these are, but you could just do the same thing with some really, really delicate chain. As I was debating a delicate chain, though, of course, you can't just string beads on your delicate chain. You'd have to break the chain to put them in. But you could just use a really delicate chain with the toggle half too, a really pretty toggle half, and make a really stunning piece just like that. So if you have people who really like a simple necklace, my daughter's one of those, she just prefers something simple. You know, this is a really nice idea. And like I say, it makes a really simple necklace, but at the same time uses half of your toggle when you know you're not going to use your toggle as a toggle, and it's pretty. I mean, you wouldn't want to use a really plain one down here unless you were going to doctor it in some way. But a pretty one like this makes a really stunning little necklace, obviously. So this is not the little baggie I just took this out of, but it's going to go back in here anyway. Till I find my gold clamshells so I can finish this up. No, it doesn't want to go in here. It looks like it's too small. What did I do with the baggie I took it out of? Oh, well, I'll find it later. But anyway, there's our things for today. So let's turn up for a second. And again, here's our really simple little silver necklace that we made from the toggle and beads and Coriana chain. This is out of Celtic Christmas, all the beads and things from down here, including the little bell and the toggle half. So that's just a really simple little 18-inch necklace. Then we made our little bracelet here from the tiles and the chrysoprase beads from our Wicked Bad Witch set mini bundle. And we started this necklace, but couldn't quite finish it because I can't find my gold clamshells, which, like I said, irritates me because I just had them. But where did I put them at? So there's what that little necklace will look like once I get it on. So I hope you had a good time. I'm going to sign off, let you guys go. And, oh, you thought the bell was another bead. Yeah, it does look like a bead. Anyway, pretty simple but delicate. Exactly. Simple and delicate. And, you know, a lot of people don't want a bigger piece, so this works really good. And I hope you enjoyed making these with me. It's very strange. My tablet is still way back where, and my comments are coming up fine, but the video itself isn't. So that's why I was thinking it wasn't working right. So I hope you had a good time with me today. We'll see you tomorrow morning. I'm not sure what I'm going to do. I do have a barrette. A custom barrette we need to make. I am going to have to paint a few pieces for it. So I'll either paint the pieces tonight and we'll put the barrette together tomorrow, or maybe I'll do everything tomorrow for the barrette. But anyway, this has been Rose for Rose's Garden. I enjoyed having everybody here with me today. We're going to sign off and let you get ready to go over and see Heather at TT's Trinkets and Treasures. So anyway, I hope you had a lovely day, and we'll see you tomorrow, Christmas Eve. But I don't think I'm going to be on Christmas, but I do have a video recorded that I will get set up, so if anybody needs it. You never can tell. I have been known to come on Christmas before, so I may change my mind and do so. I don't know right yet. And so anyway, I'm going to sign off. We'll see you all later. Bye-bye, everyone.